Shawn Achor, Before Happiness, 5 Actionable Strategies to Create a Positive Path to Success. Embark on a journey to discover the key to happiness and success in Before Happiness, 5 Actionable Strategies to Create a Positive Path to Success by Shawn Achor. Unravel the importance of our perceptions of reality and learn how they impact our ability to achieve happiness and success. Explore the notion that our ability to view challenges subjectively can play a significant role in the outcomes we experience. Dive into the concept of a positive genius and learn how to create mental maps of reality, which can lead to a more fulfilling and successful life.
Perception shapes success. Success and happiness may seem out of reach to some, but the key element that influences their attainability lies within our perception. Regardless of your social connections, wealth, or internal qualities, your happiness and accomplishments depend on how you perceive their possibility. Mere possession of resources is not enough, it's crucial to recognize their usefulness and actively leverage them. Understanding that perception shapes success, you can avoid self-defeating attitudes and increase your chances of achieving your goals. Consider the diverse life situations and resources of individuals. Some may have no money or powerful connections, while others possess exceptional intelligence and talent. Yet, people from every walk of life can experience happiness and achieve success. The explanation lies in how different individuals perceive their circumstances and what they believe is possible. Envisioning success is not just wishful thinking. The resources you have internally can make a meaningful impact on the outcome. To truly achieve your goals, whether it's writing a novel or earning a promotion, you must harness your energy, drive, focus, and specific skills, as well as applying intellectual, emotional, and social intelligence. However, leveraging resources isn't enough if you don't believe in their power to shape outcomes. Perception plays a vital role in translating potential into reality. For example, imagine you have ample intelligence and talent, but you don't see a path to promotion due to an unsupportive boss or an overwhelming workload. If you perceive these obstacles as insurmountable, you might not even attempt to overcome them, and this mindset drastically diminishes your chances of success. On the other hand, if you view your goals as achievable, you increase the likelihood of being motivated to try and attain them, directing all your resources towards the achievement. While this approach doesn't guarantee success, it does provide an essential sense of determination, which is far better than giving up before you've even started. In conclusion, understanding that perception shapes success can help you adopt a more optimistic, proactive, and resilient mindset in the pursuit of happiness and achievement. By recognizing your resources and leveraging them effectively while also believing in their power to make a difference, you'll be better equipped to conquer life's challenges and reach your full potential. Perception shapes challenges. The way we experience challenges in life is highly influenced by our subjective perceptions. Our psychological state plays a crucial role in shaping how we perceive reality, leading to our challenges appearing more or less difficult. Acknowledging the subjective element in our perceptions is essential for understanding our experiences and effectively coping with the challenges in our lives. Reality undoubtedly exists, but the way we perceive it may not always be an accurate representation. How and why we perceive things the way we do can alter the nature of the challenges we face. Our mood, feelings, and thoughts can all influence our perception of a situation, either intensifying or alleviating the challenge at hand. For instance, carrying a heavy backpack when we're tired or grumpy will probably make it feel even heavier. Psychological studies lend support to this notion, demonstrating that our mental state can impact our perception of any situation. When we are fatigued or in a negative frame of mind, all our burdens tend to feel heavier, emphasizing this connection between perception and challenge. Returning to our heavy workload example, there is no denying that carrying a lot of responsibilities is an objective reality. However, the subjective perception of this burden can differ based on our state of energy, positivity, or negativity. The exact same amount of tasks may feel lighter or more bearable when approached with the right mindset. Our beliefs, attitudes, emotions, thoughts, and even other perceptions also influence how we perceive the challenges we face. Recognizing the role of these factors in our experience can pave the way for coping with them and utilizing the power of perception to our advantage. In the end, it is essential to take our perceptions with a grain of salt. They may be reflections of reality, but they can also distort and exaggerate the actual challenges we face, much like a funhouse mirror. Harness the power of perception. Embracing the power of perception can help you change the way you view challenges, making them more manageable and easier to overcome. By altering aspects of your life, such as eating and sleeping habits, you can energize your mind and positively impact your motivation, self-belief, and overall achievement potential. When faced with a seemingly insurmountable challenge, remember that your perception may be impacted by factors such as fatigue or negativity. While being aware of these influences won't instantly fix the issue, it can guide you towards addressing the root cause. For example, by improving your sleep and dietary habits, you may find the task becomes more manageable. As you begin to perceive the task as less daunting, your motivation and determination to succeed will grow. This shift in perception doesn't just make the task feel more achievable, it truly becomes more attainable. The power of perception exemplifies the idea of self-fulfilling prophecies. When you make the conscious effort to view your objectives as more achievable, their actual level of achievability increases. This effort, however, isn't simply about blind optimism or wishful thinking. The essence of perception lies in taking active measures to reframe your situation and adopt a new viewpoint. Transforming your sleep patterns and eating habits are just two practical examples of how you can tap into the power of perception and foster a more positive attitude towards your goals. Beyond these tangible steps, other subtle techniques can help you reorient your perspective towards a more growth-oriented and positive one. By utilizing these strategies to reshape your mindset, you'll cultivate a trait the author refers to as positive genius. This attribute enables you to reinterpret the world around you in a manner that helps facilitate happiness and success. In summary, embracing the power of perception can truly alter how you face challenges. By taking a proactive approach in changing your outlook and implementing pragmatic strategies to improve your life, you can genuinely shift your perception to make tasks more manageable and achievable, ultimately opening the door to increased happiness and personal accomplishment. Mapping your mind's reality. Our perception of reality is shaped by how our minds process and organize the information it receives. In essence, our minds construct maps of reality, choosing which details to focus on and which to discard. This mental map-making allows for the existence of different yet accurate versions of the same reality. By selecting the information that best supports our happiness and success, we can create empowering mental maps that lead us towards reaching our goals. Reality is often perceived as an external, separate entity that exists independently of our minds. However, our brains constantly work to construct meaningful maps from the vast quantities of information we receive. These mental maps represent our version of reality and are instrumental in guiding us through life. Not all mental maps are created equal. Some may lead us toward success and happiness, while others can mislead us. The key to positive genius lies in our ability to create empowering mental maps that align our thoughts and actions with what we desire. When constructing mental maps, our brains only focus on a fraction of the information received. It is estimated that the mind captures as much as 11 million bits of information per second, yet processes only 40 bits per second. Consequently, our brains are forced to prioritize certain details while discarding others. Understanding that the brain can create multiple valid maps of a single reality can greatly impact how we perceive our circumstances. For example, focusing on an unsupportive boss and heavy workload creates a negative mental map of one's work situation. Alternatively, acknowledging the trust and responsibility bestowed by the boss demonstrates confidence in one's abilities, fostering a more positive and empowering mental map. Ultimately, both mental maps present a truthful representation of reality, but the more empowering map will lead to greater happiness and success. By actively choosing the information and perspectives that best serve us, we can construct positive mental maps that guide us towards achieving our goals. Harnessing stress for success. Imagine if a magic pill could enable your body to release remarkable hormones, enhancing your brain's power to retrieve memories, process information, and focus on solving problems. This pill would also deepen your social connections, increase mental resilience during tough times, and make life more meaningful. However, you don't need a pill for these benefits. Stress is the built-in mechanism that helps achieve them. Despite the widely known negative effects of stress, there are positive aspects that can greatly enhance mental performance and overall well-being. Breaking away from our pattern of viewing stress as purely negative can lead to amazing results. A study conducted by the author demonstrated that bank managers who chose to focus on the positive side of stress experienced a 23% reduction in physical symptoms of stress and a 30% boost in productivity. By embracing a new perspective on stress, you can unlock its full potential and use it as a tool for growth and success. Embrace multiple perspectives. The secret to improving our mental maps of reality hinges on our ability to shift perspectives and focus on various details. Engaging in exercises that challenge us to see things differently, such as examining art or redefining our job descriptions multiple times, can reveal new possibilities and enhance our understanding of the world around us. Don't be mistaken, understanding perception and reality isn't as simple as choosing whether a glass is half empty or half full. It's about broadening your horizons and being receptive to different possibilities. Imagine a glass that is half full or half empty but has a pitcher nearby to refill it. By shifting focus and honing in on various details, you begin to see a more complete picture. To strengthen your ability to view the world with fresh eyes, you must practice. One effective exercise involves studying art at a museum or online. Analyze several pieces from various angles and distances, seeking out new details as your perspective shifts. This exercise isn't solely for art enthusiasts. Even medical students at Yale have benefited from this method, improving their ability to detect crucial details in their field. Another powerful practice centers around redefining how you see your job. Start by jotting down words that describe your current perception of your work environment. Next, assess what details you might be missing in these descriptions and add them to a new list. For example, if your first list includes turbulent and heavy workload, your second list could include opportunities for promotion and great responsibility. Repeat the process by creating a third list derived from the second. These lists represent three distinct and equally valid representations of your work environment. By consistently pushing ourselves to adopt new perspectives and examine varied details, we open up a world of opportunities and create more accurate mental maps of reality. So embrace multiple perspectives, and watch your understanding of the world around you flourish. Crafting your most valuable reality. Embracing diverse perspectives helps us understand the world better, but to truly achieve happiness and success, focusing on the most valuable reality is vital. This means constructing a mental map that's accurate, encouraging, and empowering. Practicing this skill involves finding a balance between negative and positive aspects of life. By intentionally seeking out at least 3 positive details for every negative one, we can counter our innate tendency to dwell on the negative and create a more balanced, optimal perspective. Diverse perspectives and insights make us more conscious of the wide-ranging realities our minds can form around us. For happiness and success, however, it's crucial to identify the most valuable reality, one that combines accuracy, encouragement, and empowerment. This process of creating an optimal mental map is a skill that can be cultivated with practice. Consider a simple exercise: pick an everyday object or concept, and take 30 seconds to list as many descriptive words and phrases as possible. Assign 1 point for each negative term and 3 points for each positive one. You might wonder why the negative descriptions still receive a point. While it's essential not to ignore or downplay negative aspects, it's equally crucial to recognize and appreciate their positive counterparts. Unfortunately, our minds are naturally inclined to focus on negativity. A single mistake can overshadow an entire project's achievements. To counter this tilt towards the negative, strive for a balanced 3-to-1 ratio of positive to negative details in every situation. By consciously seeking a balanced perspective, you'll cultivate the skill of constructing your most valuable reality, that is, an accurate, encouraging, and empowering way of perceiving the world around you. This mindset will set you on the path to greater happiness and success in life. Mapping your happy journey. Discovering the importance of a 3-to-1 ratio between positive and negative thoughts is crucial to achieving happiness and success. By identifying specific goals and leveraging personal resources, you can chart your own path, optimize your perception of reality, and seize the opportunities that come your way. The potency of maintaining a 3-to-1 ratio between positive and negative thoughts is backed by psychological research. Studies reveal that our minds require about 3 positive thoughts to counterbalance each negative one. The 3-to-1 ratio also corresponds to the mindsets of successful individuals. When the ratio dips to 2-to-1, people tend to stagnate, and at 1-to-1, depression arises. Hence, strengthening your ability to recognize positive details is vital for discovering your most valuable reality and unlocking happiness and success. Visualize a mental map that guides your journey. Point A represents your current status, and point B signifies your desired destination, a more content and prosperous you. First and foremost, it's essential to clearly define your destination, as happiness and success are subjective. Begin by listing at least 10 specific activities and accomplishments that resonate with personal satisfaction and accomplishment. Refrain from generalized terms like family, money, or career. Instead, opt for more concrete meanings, such as finding time to read together, affording travel, or securing a promotion. Next, assess the resources at your disposal. Don't restrict your considerations to material resources, also take into account your intellectual, emotional, and social assets. These may include your ability to lead, your composure under pressure, or your rapport with a manager. After evaluating your resources, identify opportunities that can bring you closer to your goals. For example, volunteering to spearhead a work project can showcase your leadership skills. In conclusion, the secret to happiness and success lies in perceiving reality in a way that maximizes available resources and seizes opportunities. By doing so, you stay on track and move progressively toward your ultimate destination, a genuinely happy and successful life.
In conclusion, Before Happiness illustrates the importance of perception in our quest for happiness and success. By understanding the subjectivity of our perception of challenges and learning to develop a positive genius, we can create optimal mental maps of reality. Finding our most valuable reality can help us chart a clear path towards achieving our goals. It's essential to identify our specific goals and resources, as well as the opportunities available to us, in order to make the best use of them. By doing so, we unlock the true potential of happiness and success, fostering a more satisfying and rewarding life.